The Venezuelan government is under investigation by the international community for allegedly selling Venezuelan identifications to non-Venezuelan citizens. One America's Kendall explains the threats this poses and what's being done to stop it.
Security intel has been investigating an immigration scheme conducted by the Venezuelan regime over the past several years, allowing a criminal pipeline to funnel into the Western Hemisphere from the Middle East. Now the Treasury Department is taking actions to stop this activity.
Essentially what we were concerned with was the dual identities. Individuals that were of Middle East origin, primarily from Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, other countries in the Middle East.
Joseph Humeyer, Executive Director for a Secure Free Society, describes what he calls an immigration scheme going on in Venezuela. The government facilitating drug traffickers and potentially terrorists to enter the Western Hemisphere.
And there's a lot of Venezuelans that come for legitimate reasons. I say the majority comes for legitimate reasons. The question is, are we vetting to potential false identities? A Venezuelan, quote unquote, that's not a Venezuelan, someone that's from the Middle East but has created a new identity.
Years of investigation and reports from inside whistleblowers show the Venezuelan government has been selling identification documents, birth certificates, national IDs, and Venezuelan passports.
And then potentially once they have all those documents, they can apply for U.S. visa.
He says it's transnational organized crime that ravages the security of Latin America and threatens the U.S. borders. Recent actions by the Treasury Department aims to stop these threats using sanctions.
They look at all these dollar-denominated transactions used to launder money to carry out this criminal enterprise using our money. And you can't use the American greenback to carry that threat to our shores.
He's calling for more accountability and awareness of the problem from the global community. But first and foremost, the illegal activity cannot be carried onto our shores using our currency.
There were these people from the Middle East, very complicated part of the world, who were able to put their hands on documents that would get them to the Western Hemisphere. And for Hezbollah, for Iran, carrying their asymmetrical struggle into our neighborhood is a principal objective. So that sanction strategy is really an important part of this because it helps us get some leverage on that regime.
Noriega went on to say it's also vital to have the global community on board in fighting the problem and encourage a democratic regime that will be responsible instead of encouraging this kind of threat. In Washington, Kendall Forward, One American News.